Welcome to Strength for Today for February 4th. Journey into the unknown. Let's look at Ruth 1:16. Ruth 1:16 says, "But Ruth replied, 'Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if anything but death separates you and me.'" When Naomi realized that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped urging her. Journey into the unknown. Before the ease of modern-day travel, missionaries left their homes for countries they had only heard about and never seen. Once there, it was often years before they returned to their home country. Adoniram Judson spent 38 years in Burma and only returned to the U.S. once. Gladys Aylward traveled alone through Russia on a train to reach China and didn't return home to England for 17 years. Each of these people of faith and others trusted God as they followed him into the unknown. In the Old Testament, Ruth, a Moabite woman, accompanied her mother-in-law, Naomi, back to Bethlehem. They arrived in Bethlehem with absolutely nothing, so Ruth went out and gathered leftover grain from the fields for them to eat. In God's provision, the field belonged to a relative, Boaz. As the short book of Ruth concludes, Boaz married Ruth, and she gave birth to King David's grandfather, Obed. Ruth trusted God with the unknown and became part of a lineage of Christ. Ruth did not know what was in store for her, just as the missionaries of the past didn't know what was in store for them. But when we go where God tells us to go, we will witness God's care in our life. And that is so true, isn't it? So, today you don't know what your future holds, but we know who's holding the future, right? And those missionaries, can you imagine being gone for 17 years? I mean, back then they went to countries, there was no internet, so they didn't even really get pictures to see what they were getting into. I can't imagine traveling a train. I've been to Russia and I've taken several trains, but not all the way to China. That's a long way. They were very brave, but they did it because they were dedicated to God and dedicated to spreading His Word. So I hope today we can be just as dedicated and going where God leads us to go, no matter where it may be, even if we don't exactly know and don't have the map in front of us. But today it is much easier to travel and get around, that is for sure. We are very, very blessed. But I hope today you trust Him, no matter where your travels lead you. And just be confident that God has you where you are today because there's a purpose for you being there today. His plan is great. Have a great day traveling, and I will see you back here tomorrow. You can order your own copy of Strength for Today by Dr. David Jeremiah by going to davidjeremiah.org or calling Turning Point at 877-998-0222. And I would like to answer any question you may have about faith in Jesus. Just email me through my website, nancyjoytoyou.com. I hope you lean on God's strength and have a fantabulous day.